We'll sing this bhajan. Ishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasatkudalam Gokule Brajamanam Ishwaram Satchidanandarupam Sudhabhiyolukaladavamana Param Vishtamadhyanta Todruta Gopya Namo Ishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Rutantam Muhurnitra Yugmam Vijantam Taram Kojayukmena Shatankanekam Mukushwasakam Patre Rekantakanta Spitam Draivam Damodaram Bhaktivatam Lila Virananda Kunde Yodosham Nimajjantam Akyapayantam Tadiyeshidagneshu Bhaktir Puna Prematastam Satavriti Vande Maram Deva Moksham Na Mokshavadim Va Nachanyam Vrineham Vareshadapiya Idam Teva Purnata Gopala Bhala Sada Me Manasya Varishtam Kimanye Idam Te Mukambojam Atyanta Nile Vritam Kuntalai Smita Raktaischa Gopya Muhuschumbitam Bimbarakta Me Manasya Varishtam Alam Lakshalabe Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukkha Jalapimaknam Kripa Drishti Vrishyati Dinam Batanu Grihane Shamamagya Me Madhyatishya Kuveratmajau Bhatta Mutaiva Yatva Tvaya Mochitau Bhaktim Tvaya Mochitau Bhakti Bhajau Kritau Cha Tata Prema Bhaktim Swakame Prayacha Namokshe Graho Mesti Damodare Namaste Studamne Suradipti Damne Tvadiyo Tarayata Vishwasya Damne Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nandalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining. Hemanji is on. Hemanji, would you like to read the translation?
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes, please go ahead.
So where should I do translation?
Yeah.
Okay. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I do to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing. is quickly running from the wooden grinding motor in fear of Mother Yosoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with the greatest speed to that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara. I offer my humble obeisances.
Very nice. See, Chaitra ji has also joined. Chaitra ji, would you like to read the second stanza translation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again. With his two lotus hands, his eyes are filled with fear and necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines like a conch shell is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. This Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisance.
Very nice, Chaitra ji. See, Santosh ji has joined. Would you like to read the next, the third? From you.
By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of uh, ecstasy, and it's revealing to the devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my
Obeisances.
obeisances to Lord Damodara
Damodara.
hundreds of times.
Very nice. Thank you, Santosh ji. Oh, Ayana is here. Ayana, would you like to read the fourth stanza?
Lord, oh Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon, which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. Wait, oh Lord, I simply
Oh Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? Okay, I see KCHR has joined. Would you like to read the 5th paragraph? No?
Who are you asking?
You. Would you please read number 5?
Yes, sir. O Lord, your lotus feet, which is encircled by locks of swat, black hair tingled with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Asoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are no use to me.
Very good. Thank you. Tarun Krishna has joined. Tarunji, would you like to read the 6th paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleasant upon me by showering your glance of mercy
upon me. Deliver this poor, ignorant fool who is immersed in the ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes.
Very good. Very nice.
Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
All right. Maybe we'll take one more round of. Okay, maybe I'll read number 7. O Lord Damodara, just as the 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with a rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. Okay, I see Chaitraji's hand is up. Chaitraji, would you like to read the last paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisance to the brilliantly elephant rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisance to your belly, which is abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisance to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes.
Very good. So this song was originally spoken by Satyavrata Muni in conversation with Narada Muni and Shaunaka Rishi. And this song is sung during the Kartik month, which is coming up later in the year. And everybody offers a ghee lamb to Krishna to the picture of Damodar. And we are going to learn about Damodar and Lila today. So that's why we are referring to this verse again, this wonderful song. And it is, the author is Veda Vyasti, and the book is from Padma Purana in Sanskrit. Okay, so who remembers what we learned last class? We ended with Trinavarta, but we started with, so last class we started from Krishna's first birthday, the bathing ceremony, and the Abhishekam was over, and then we went into this. Anybody remembers on the birthday what happened? And there was a, what, do you know the demon's name in this? Who was a cart demon? It was Shakatasura, okay? And he represents all the bad habits everybody has.
Did I miss anything?
No, we're just doing the recap.
Oh.
Yeah. So Krishna just put his feet on the cart and the demon fell down dead. Yes. And then, okay. So I think we started with Putana, right? Last time. When Krishna was born, a few days old, then there was Putana who came. Putana represents a false guru or a false person, right?
Wait,
So
how does she
as,
represent a false guru?
because she came as a beautiful woman, just like as if she's like Mother Lakshmi, and everybody thought she was coming to bless the baby, but she wanted to poison the baby with the poison she put on her breast. So that's why she's like the false guru. So false gurus, they look very nice, but actually they're not. They're coming there for the wrong reason. That's why we should always choose a guru well, who comes from a disciple succession, who can be traced all the way back to Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so then we discussed the first birthday, and then we discussed about Shakatasura, and then the last we discussed was Trinavarta. Trinavarta was the whirlwind demon, and he represents pride due to knowledge. So some people are very go to many universities, get PhD degrees, and they're very proud of their knowledge. But all that knowledge is no good if you're not a devotee of the Lord, right? You can have all that knowledge. All that knowledge are like zeros. But if you have Krishna in before those zeros, it'll become a big number. So you write 10 zeros together, it's the value is still 0. But if you put the 1 of Krishna before those zeros, it becomes the big number. So similarly, the Trinavarta, he represents that, and he was trying to take Krishna up to the clouds and throw him down, but finally he fell down because Krishna increased his weight. Initially, Krishna made his weight so low like a feather. So this demon thought, oh, I'm great. I'm going to take Krishna up and I'm going to be very Kamsa's darling. But then he ultimately fell down and his eyes were popping out. So that's where we left out last week.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So we have a birthday girl joining today. It is Meenakshi's birthday. So so thankful that she's able to join in spite of her it being her birthday, and she has celebrations going, but she also wants to learn about Krishna. So thank you, Meenakshi ji, for joining, and happy birthday to you. You're 9 years old today, right? Hari Bol.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started for today. So so Krishna's first birthday is over, and Trinavarta was killed, and everybody thought Trinavarta was just a demon. He died not because of Krishna, but they thought the demon somehow fell down, and Krishna, because he fell back on the body of the big demon, he was saved. So nobody in Vrindavan
God, that
yeah, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They just treat Krishna as a little baby boy who's very charming, who makes everybody happy with his little antics, and all his activities are so endearing and loving. So this is left as a picture of Mother Yashoda playing with Krishna. So she was giving her breast milk to Krishna, and Krishna was lying down, and Krishna's mouth was open. And when Mother Yashoda looked at the inside the mouth, she saw the entire universe. Look at all the planets and stars, and she got very dizzy, and her head was spinning. What is happening? Why is the whole world inside my baby's mouth?
Wait, wasn't it when in little Krishna, Krishna eats dirt and then Yashoda wants to see inside?
So that's coming up again. So this just before that, this is the first time she sees the universal form of the Lord in his mouth while she was breastfeeding the baby. But then she forgets that because of Yogamaya. So anybody asks you, when was the first time Yashoda Mai saw? It was this. So actually Krishna reveals his universal form 3 times. First was this. Second time was after, like you said, after he ate mud. We're going to go through that pastime. And then the third time, anybody knows? It was in a battlefield.
Prabhuji, he showed his original form to Arjuna. Arjuna wanted to see his original form.
Yes.
Wait, wasn't that in another room?
No. That is
in Mahabharata war.
The Kurukshetra battlefield in the Mahabharata war. So again, it is not his original form. It is a Virat Rupa or universal form. Original form, actually, Krishna is the two-handed form. He is always in a spiritual world, having these wonderful pastimes with his devotee, and he expands himself, and he creates the material world, which is created and destroyed, right? So the sum total of all the material energy is actually his universal form. All these planets, you must have learned in science that how planets are formed. The dust and gas come together and collide with each other, and they cause planets to be formed, and all that you have learned, right? And then after some time, there's a supernova, and the star is destroyed. So similarly, everything in the material world has a beginning and the end. And the universal form of the Lord is a sum total of all the material energy that is manifest. And so Mother Yashoda saw those planets and everything inside Krishna, and she was so bewildered. And Krishna made her forget. Yeah, because Krishna wants pure love from his devotees. He doesn't want to show off as as the God of the universe. He wanted to just be treated as a regular child. So he made Mother Yashoda forget seeing the universe. Yeah. So that was the first time the universal form was reached. And then, just after the first birthday, there was this Muni called Garga Muni. And Garga Muni is the priest of Vasudeva. And Vasudeva, is a Yadu king. And Vasudeva and Yadu is a dynasty of kings. Okay. So Garga Muni was sent by Vasudeva, and now nobody knows that Krishna is the son of Vasudeva, and Balram is the son of Vasudeva, and they know because he came out of Mother Rohini's womb. But originally, both of them were in Devaki's womb, right? Before Balram was transferred to Rohini. So they're actually brothers from the same mother, but then the world thinks they're not. They're just together. They don't know at this point, right? So Garga Muni was sent by Vasudeva, not Vasudev. Vasudev is Krishna's name. Vasudev. So Vasudev is Devaki's husband, and he's in Mathura. He was released from the jail by Kamsa, and so he was there, and he wanted to make sure Krishna and Balram were taken care of well, and their names were given properly. So he sent his priest called Garga Muni, and Garga Muni was very good at astrology. Astrology is seeing the planets in the sky and telling, based on the time you were born, they can tell your past, present, and future. So he was expert at that study called astrology. So everybody knows astrology. Astronomy is the study of planets. Astrology is the study of the planet positions and how it affects one's future. So, so this astrologer, Garga Muni, he's also a priest. So he came, and indirectly he told Nanda Maharaj that actually Krishna and Balram were actually the sons of Vasudeva. So he told them that now Krishna is here, and Vasudeva really wanted to make sure Krishna gets his name, and he's very concerned about Krishna. You know why, right? Because the prophecy is the eighth son of Vasudeva will kill Kamsa, but they wanted to keep it a secret. So Garga Muni said we shouldn't have a big party or anything, big ceremony, big festivities, because if the name of Krishna and Balram gets out to Kamsa, he will understand that this is the person. Because the little baby girl who Kamsa threw said that, hey, your killer is already born in another place. So they didn't want to send any of this information out so that it'll tip off Kamsa. So they had the low-key and small ceremony, and the Garga Muni named Balram. He said, Balram, we should name this little baby boy who is white complexion as Rama. Rama, because he brings so much of happiness and ecstasy to his family. So Rama. He should also be called Sankarshan, because he's bringing two families together. No, this is Balram. So both of their naming ceremonies was on the same day. So Bala and Rama. So he's also called Sankarshan, and Bala because he'll become very, very strong. So that's why his name was Baladev, Sankarshan, and Balram. we are
What
called.
about Krishna?
Yeah, Sheshnag, his feature of Sheshnag is not discussed here, but actually you're right.
But how did he get his name?
Oh, that's because Sheshnag is his form, like in the spiritual in the
Like
Garbhodaka
the
ocean.
Sheshnag means snake.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. Nag means snake. Shesha
Oh.
means Ananta Shesha. Okay, right. So Balram got 3 names, and then Gargamuni said, "This little black boy, he had different colors in different yuga, and actually he's blackish blue in this form, and his name should be Krishna, all attractive God. And Krishna also means dark. So Krishna, and his name will also be Vasudeva. And so that it was clear that there is some connection to Vasudeva. And actually, and then he said also Devaki cannot, based on astrology, she cannot have a daughter. So all these, everybody was thinking Devaki had a daughter, 8th child was a daughter, not a son. But actually Gargamuni revealed all that, but indirectly, so that they don't
So they don't figure out that Krishna's a boy and then they find him.
yeah, also Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda are treating Krishna as their own son, so he didn't want to take away that. Yes. So then the kids were named on the same day because Nanda Maharaj said you can just chant the hymns and the Vedic mantras and do it here. We don't want to celebrate by inviting a lot of devotees here.
So when does Yashoda know that Krishna is the son of?
Yeah, that's later when Krishna finally leaves Vrindavan. That's when she learns about it.
And then she goes.
Yeah. But for devotees who have seen all these pastimes, that's all they want to see. Because when Krishna grows up, they want Krishna to be in the little baby form. So since he had so many pastimes as a baby, that's enough for them for their whole life, just to think about that. And when Krishna grows up, the mood of the relationship is different, right? So he's going to become a king of Dwaraka, and he's have wives, and so all that, they don't want to be part of that. They want to just be part of the simple cowherd boy Krishna who's doing loving pastimes, like we read in that Damodar Ashtakam just before class. The pure devotees, they're not really attracted to the richness of Krishna or want to show him respect as a king. All they want is to have a loving relationship with Krishna. So we read about awe and reverence, right? So those are very high topics we can discuss later. So let's come back to the story. So Krishna is a darling boy of Vrindavan. So after his first birthday, he slowly started to walk. He was crawling all this time, and he was starting to walk a little bit. And as soon as he started to walk and crawl, he was very, very naughty. So he would break the pots and drink the butter. You see in this right picture, he's pulling the tail of a calf
Because he wants the milk.
And riding behind. He's getting a nice ride by this little calf, and everybody's
And we
looking at
have the left picture
yes.
right here.
Right. So Krishna, he really likes butter, and he's going to all the houses of the senior gopis, and he takes and eats their butter. Now they have 900,000 or 9 lakh cows in Gokul at that time. So there's no scarcity for milk and butter. But Krishna likes going to each gopi's house and taking the butter they have churned and eating it. So this is the pastime where Krishna is bringing all his friends, and Balram and Krishna, they are climbing on the wooden water,
this is actually
giving it to the
Little
monkeys.
Krishna.
Yeah. So this is a sweet loving pastime. So it's not that Krishna is a is a thief, he wants to be a butter thief, because all the gopis, even though they complain about it, they really love that Krishna comes to their house. And yeah, because they keep the butter just for Krishna to come. But when he breaks it and eat it, they come and complain and say, you're doing this. But actually, they really want Krishna to come to their house and do his naughty, taking the butter.
I think there's one pastime where he doesn't come.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about that now.
Wait,
okay.
you are?
Yeah. So all these pastimes are happening, and then all the gopis come to Mother Yashoda, and they're all complaining. So when they're complaining, they want to talk about Krishna. That's why they come. And in the form of complaints, they're actually narrating different stories of Krishna, just like we are trying to do this class here, right? So we are discussing Krishna's pastime. So similarly, devotees like to talk about Krishna. And so they come to Yashoda and they're saying, oh, Yashoda, your child is so naughty that he and Balaram, they're both naughty kids. They come to the house, and before we milk the cows, they come and let the calves out, and the calves will come and drink all the milk from the cow, so we don't get any milk. And when we ask this Krishna and Balram, they smile at us, and when we look at their smile, we even forget they did that naughty thing. And then another gopi will come and say, oh Mother Yashoda, this kid Krishna and Balram are so naughty.
Talking for an hour.
Yeah, so they're talking about all these little pastimes of Krishna, that he comes to the house, and he was looking for butter everywhere, and he couldn't find the butter. So what he did was, the baby was sleeping, so he went and pinched the baby, and
it started crying.
And the baby started crying, and so he was showing that even though the gopis, because they hid the butter, he came and made them work a lot more, because they made the baby sleep, and now the baby is awake. So he's so naughty. Another gopi will come and say, this Krishna, I hid these butter pots up in the ceiling, and he couldn't even reach it. But you know what he did? He took the mortar and put many, mortar is like the, a cylindrical, tall wooden piece that they used to hit and grind grain, etc. So this mortar, he climbed on that mortar, and then he pulled down that pot, and then he even made the monkeys and all his friends eat. And when we came and said, don't do that, Krishna, then Krishna said, and by that time, all the monkeys and them have all eaten. And he said, oh, who wants your butter? Look, even the monkeys are not eating it. And then in another house, Krishna went, and he was, and they had no light there. But, Krishna was wearing
Prabhuji?
Yes.
Prabhuji, can you please explain this again? Because Prabhuji, I was doing something. So Prabhuji, please.
Yeah, no problem. So this is just about Krishna's naughty behavior of how he goes and steals butter from each gopi's house. So I don't know where you stopped hearing, but this is just about how he used to go to a house, and if he didn't find any butter, he would make the sleeping baby cry, so that the gopis will need to do more work, and then he would.
Okay. And then he would let out all the calves, so they would drink the cow's milk, and then there was no milk for the gopis. So all the gopis, well, we were just talking about all the gopis just complaining about different things, naughty things that Krishna did to them in their houses.
Yes. So another thing what Krishna did, we just discussed, was he would eat all the butter and he'll feed it to the monkey friends, and all his friends. And when they came and found out that all the butter is out and all of them are there, he would say, oh, nobody wants to eat your butter because everybody had already finished eating. And not even the monkeys want to eat your butter. And so all these little pastimes. And another place, the gopis were hiding the butter in the dark. And because Krishna
because there was no light.
yeah,
You were telling me.
Krishna was wearing some beautiful effulgent jewelry that that lit up the room, and it takes little light and amplifies it and makes it shine. So the gopis are saying, Mother Yashoda, you have to remove these jewels from Krishna. You know, Krishna is wearing the Kaustuba jewel which shines in the dark also. So because Krishna is coming and getting what we are hiding with his jewels. And then Mother Yashoda said, okay, if you are saying so, then I'm going to remove these jewels on Krishna, because Krishna was also standing there, and look at him stand there with as if he doesn't know anything. So Mother Yashoda calls Krishna and says, let us remove these jewels. And then, you know, the gopis really like Krishna all dressed up and everything. So they say, no, don't remove the jewels.
They changed their mind.
Yeah. And they said, maybe even if you remove these jewels, because these little boys, these two boys are very effulgent themselves, they don't even need these jewels like we saw in this picture. Their skin are glowing. Krishna is dark, but still he glows in the dark. So they can light up. So it doesn't matter if they have jewels or not. Let them just wear the jewels. You know, these gopis really love Krishna and Balram. So they just want to complain just for the sake of listening about Krishna. And another gopi said, oh, you know, this Krishna, he came to my house. I was successfully able to hide all the butter, and he was so angry that he peed on a clean floor. So all these gopis were saying all these wonderful pastimes.
Prabhuji, in this picture, can you show me where is Krishna?
Oh, in this picture, maybe Krishna is on the right. So all the gopis are telling, it's Krishna is not visible in this picture. You're right. But actually, in the Krishna book, it is said that with Krishna standing there, they're all explaining about his different pastimes in their house. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah. So then what happened was Krishna and his friends were playing in the field, and the Gopa boy said, oh, this Krishna is eating mud and clay. And Lord Balram also saw that. And he said, oh, this clay would not be good for my brother. So I always am part of all his naughtiness, but this is too much. I'm going to complain I'm going to tell on this little boy to my mother. So he went to Yashoda. Yeah, but then he just wanted Krishna not to fall sick or anything, eating all this earth and mud. And so so when Mother Yashoda came running and asked Krishna, did you eat mud? Krishna said, no, I didn't eat mud. Oh.
No, he ate mud.
And then, just like, you know, you learned the nursery rhyme, right? Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, he says, no, Papa. Then open your mouth. And then Johnny opens his mouth, and then he sees sugar and everybody starts laughing, ha, 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 right? So in the similar way, all that comes from this story, I guess, because Krishna's pastime was even before all those nursery rhymes. So Krishna opened his mouth, and Mother Yashoda.
Prabhuji, can I say?
Yes, Meenakshi ji.
So Prabhuji, what happens is that this Krishna will eat sand. And when Yashoda comes and tells Krishna to open his mouth, and when he opens his mouth, she sees that the whole universe. She sees all the universe, and she'll get unconscious.
Yeah. She feels dizzy, and because she sees another Yashoda and this,
Yes, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, after that, when she feels unconscious, Prabhuji Nand Maharaj again tells one story about Krishna about the mango.
that story was not mentioned in the Krishna book, but all these acharyas have written so many books about these pastimes. So some of them are
So we
revealed in those.
don't know which one.
No. So actually, the Krishna Lila is happening, Nitya Lila is happening in many universes. So
I know, but
so
still,
there will be
how
slight
do we
variation.
know? How do we know, like, which one's the real story?
No, the thing is, Krishna is doing this pastimes every time, and he makes subtle changes in all his pastimes. So some of them are revealed to different acharyas in their transcendental meditation. So they write down. Okay, so very good. So she saw the universal form. So this is the second time she's seeing the universal form. First time was when she was breastfeeding the baby. So this time so was Krishna lying when he said, I didn't eat mud? Actually, he was not lying, right? Because he is the sum total of all the creation. So he cannot eat anything. Everything is within him itself, right? So, so that's what he's showing to Mother Yashoda, that the whole world is present within me. So what can I eat? All right. So this is for the people who think Krishna is an ordinary boy. So these pastimes show that he is a supreme Lord.
But what if they don't believe the pastime?
Yeah, so slowly they hear this and slowly they will believe. And these pastimes are meant for devotees of the Lord, not for non-believers. Because for non-believers, we have classes like discussing about the journey of self-discovery, etc. Right? So slowly we should understand. We should have faith in the scriptures and in Krishna. Then we come to the pastimes. These pastimes are not meant for atheists. Okay. So now we come to this wonderful pastime of Damodar Lila. Okay.
Damodar is my favorite story about Krishna.
Yes.
I like the song most, but I forgot the tune.
We sang it before class. You were a little late to class. Namami Shwaram Sachidananda Rupam. So we sang that.
Oh.
Okay. So, in the morning, Mother Yashoda woke up very early because she wanted to give Krishna the best milk possible. So, the best milk comes from some cows called the Padma Gandhi cows because their milk smells like lotus flowers.
Whoa.
And they also eat the grass from Govardhan. So the best grass is fed to the best cows. There are 900,000 cows, right? Out of that, about 10 cows are the best, and they are fed the choicest grass is given to them by Mother Yashoda, and she herself, with her own hands, milked the cow. She has so many maidservants, but she wants to serve Krishna, so she does it by herself, and she got the milk while Krishna was sleeping.
How does she have maidservants?
Because she's the queen of Gopal, Nanda Maharaj, and yeah. So there are many cowherd men and women at their service, but she wants to serve Krishna. So she gets the milk and she's churning the milk. This is the old way of churning with the little rope around the little thin stick, and as the stick moves round and round, it creates butter from the milk, and that's the best way to create butter, and that's the butter that Krishna likes the most. So Mother Yashoda was churning the milk to make butter for Krishna because he loves butter, and as she was doing that, her bangles were jingling, and she is like perspiration was coming from her forehead. She had nice flowers on her head; those were falling down. So it's actually like a kirtan is happening. In front of the deities, we offer flowers to the deities, and then we have nice Harinam kirtan with with the cymbals, kartals. So similarly, the bangles were making a sound, and she was singing, "Oh Krishna, the wonderful darling of Vrindavan," and she was praising Krishna with her song. So a wonderful kirtan was going on, and she was engrossed in it. And Krishna really liked that, and he woke up, and he came to his mommy, and he's holding Mother Yashoda in the back to see, and then he's saying he wants milk. So Mother Yashoda stopped churning and started feeding him milk, breastfeeding him milk. And at that time, she had also put some milk for boiling, and that milk was boiling because it wanted to be
It wanted to like.
yeah, it wanted to be eaten by Krishna. But now that Mother Yashoda was feeding Krishna, you're like, oh, we can't even go serve Krishna, so we are just going to fall into this fire. And so the milk started burning. You know, when the milk falls into the fire, the burning sound, smell comes. So Mother Yashoda said, "Oh, I have to go move the milk." And Krishna really was enjoying drinking milk from Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda moved him and went to save the other milk. And Krishna was like, "Oh, why did she leave me, little baby Krishna?" He suddenly thought, I'm going to break some pots, and so he went on the right to see.
Because he was hungry.
And so he went and he's breaking some pots of butter that was hanging, was saved by Mother Yashoda. And so Mother Yashoda, after taking the milk away, when she came back, she didn't see Krishna. She saw little footprints of butter. And when she followed the footprints, then he saw Krishna eating the butter. She said, "Okay, now I've caught you red-handed. All these gopis were complaining about you." And then Krishna started running because she had a little stick in her hand. Again, that was just to scare Krishna. And who can catch Krishna? The cheetah is the fastest runner in this world, but Krishna can run even faster because he created
Faster
the
than
cheetah.
a car.
Yeah, so who can catch Krishna? But when he saw Mother Yashoda was running so hard and trying to reach up to him, he felt sad for Mother Yashoda.
And let him got on.
And he slowed down for Mother Yashoda. And he let him catch her, let her catch him. So that is that is a very important lesson there. Krishna, nobody can catch Krishna, but devotees can catch Krishna because he feels merciful towards them, and he lets himself be caught by the devotees. So then Mother Yashoda caught him and said, "Oh Krishna, you are so naughty." And Krishna was rubbing his eyes, and the mascara from his eyes was flowing down through the tears. And that's described in the Damodar Ashtakam we read before. And it is a very wonderful sight that the whole Lord of the universe is scared of his mother, and he's standing there and shivering, and his earrings are moving to and fro. And Mother Yashoda said, "Oh, my baby shouldn't be scared of me." So she threw away the stick, and she said, "If I don't tie him up, he's going to do more mischief. I have to go take care of something in the kitchen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie him into this wooden mortar." And so she took some rope.
This is the Damodar.
Yeah. So Damodar. Damo means rope. Udar means waist. So Damodar is another name for Krishna because he has rope in his waist. So many people have belts on their waist, right? So that the pant doesn't fall down. So Krishna has a rope on his waist. So he's called Damodar. And so Mother Yashoda took this rope to tie him to this wooden mortar. But the cowherd man has the most rope in the whole world because they have to take the cows around and tie the cows where the grass are, and so they have so much rope. But they took the rope. Mother Yashoda took the rope, and she was trying to tie Krishna up. But nobody can bind Krishna, right? Because he's the Supreme Lord. He has all the freedom. Everybody else don't have the same freedom as him. Nobody can nobody can tie up the Lord, because he only by his sweet will can he become tied. So she was taking all this rope, and it was always 2 fingers too short, or 2 inches short. And the Acharya says that 2 inches. Why those 2 inches? 1 inch represents what the effort you put in to love Krishna, and the next finger is Krishna's mercy, and what Krishna, unless Krishna wants to give you his mercy and let him be tied, you cannot tie him. So Mother Yashoda was trying, and she was sweating because the rope wasn't reaching. It was always short, and she asked the other gopis also to bring the rope, and they all bought their rope, and still it was short. And everybody knew this was a pastime happening. This is some kind of magic, that we got all the rope in the world, and still it is not enough to tie Krishna. And then when Krishna saw that Mother Yashoda was feeling very embarrassed, and she was thinking, what can I do? Then Krishna let the rope to be tied around him. So Krishna was tied to this wooden mortar, and he couldn't come out of it. And when Mother Yashoda said, this is your punishment, you better be here, because if I let you free, you're being too naughty. So then Krishna, there's a pastime that happened long time back in the heavenly planets. There were 2 sons of Kubera, and their names were Manikriva and Nalakuvera. Manikriva and Nalakuvera. So they were very rich. Kubera is the treasurer of the demigods, right? So treasurer is a person who has a lot of money. So their sons were so puffed up and proud of all their money, they were just lying naked in the pool and drinking.
Nalkuber and Marigrieve.
Yes. Then Nalakuvera and Marigrieve. Yes, very good. So they were drinking somras, and they were enjoying with the young damsels. And the young women, when they saw Narada Muni walk through that way, they were feeling respect towards Narada Muni. He's a great rishi. But these 2 sons of Kuvera, they just continued to enjoy the water and drink their somras. But you see that the women are looking for their clothes. So these guys were so puffed up, they didn't even care for Narada Muni. And then Narada Muni came and cursed them that they would become trees. Because they were naked, they would become Yamala Arjun trees. So
because if you show off your body, and then Narada Muni is kind of like Krishna. So if Krishna sees that you like to be naked around women and everything, you get to be a tree or something else that's naked all the time.
Yeah. So Narada Muni cursed them, and they had become 2 trees. They're called Yamala Arjun trees. And these Arjun trees were very tall, and they were in the backyard of Nanda Maharaj. And Krishna remembered this, that his great devotee Narada Muni had given a curse, and Narada Muni had told them, great devotees, they give curse which are actually blessings, because these trees were seeing all the wonderful pastimes of Krishna running behind. All these they were seeing, and they were enjoying all this, and they're becoming great devotees because they were seeing all these pastimes firsthand as trees. And then Narada Muni had said, the curse will go only when Krishna comes and takes you down. So Krishna remembered that promise that his great devotee Narada Muni had given these 2, Nalakuvera and Manikriva. So he took his mortar and started to walk. He was pulling the mortar, like you see, and then the mortar got stuck between the 2 trees. And Krishna is very strong, so all he did was pull, and then you would say, why didn't the rope break?
Wait, what was Oh, never mind. Sorry.
So the rope didn't break because Krishna, when the rope is on Krishna's waist, it gets enough power that it wouldn't break. So when Krishna pulled on the rope and the mortar that's stuck between the trees, the two trees, just imagine two big trees.
Looking at them?
No. This is earlier time, the left.
Yeah, I know, but why were the women looking at them?
No, women were running for cover. They were trying to take their clothes and cover themselves up to give respect to Nardamani. But these two guys, they were just drinking and enjoying the water in the pool naked like that.
Then, but why were all the women looking at Manikrivan?
No, they're looking at Nardamani and they're embarrassed. Okay. So that's before, and that's how they got the curse. But now Krishna came and liberated them from that curse. So they are coming and praying to Krishna, and they circumambulated him. Oh, my Lord, this was so good to have your power come and remove us, remove our trees. We were really puffed up before and very, very proud. And now we understand that we should be devotees of you and not be forgetful of the Lord. So they went back to Kubera's abode, and then they lived their life very, very as good devotees.
Sensible.
And then they went back to God. So so that's how Manikriva and Nalakubera got liberated. So that ends today's class. There are no questions. We'll go to the Kahoot quiz.
Wait, where's your phone?
So any questions anybody has? Any additions?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No, Prabhuji. We don't start the Kahoot yet.
Did I miss any points, Thairaji or Tarunji? You know the story well. If you have any points I missed, please bring that up. Otherwise, we'll go and play the Kahoot.
Prabhuji?
Yes.
In the Krishna version, Krishna was so mad that they both went away. Those trees which were broke down, or it was broken down by those two, by Krishna.
Yeah.
And then two souls came out.
Yes.
After that, he's enjoying seeing those two souls circling him.
Yes.
And then he was so mad that they're going away. He wanted them to stay with him.
Oh, okay. Right. And there's some extra things also that happen. So what happens is when the trees fell, everybody came running to see, oh my goodness, two big trees fell. Did it hurt the baby? Who tied this baby to this mortar?
Probably Yashoda fell.
Yeah, Yashoda was rolling on the ground crying, thinking, oh, something happened to my baby. Just imagine two trees. Like in the house we live in, there was a big tree that fell in the back. And the previous owner was saying it took down the whole kitchen. So similarly, these trees, it could create a lot of damage if it falls on any person.
Krishna.
Yeah, so everybody was so anxious to see Krishna safe. And when they came, Krishna was playing with the mortar, and Nanda Maharaj untied him, and the gopis were complaining why Yashoda did this. How could she tie him?
What is the game pin, Prabhuji?
Yes, we're going to the game.
Wait. Where is it?
Okay, 918-8818. If we go down.
Don't start without me.
Okay. So we talked about Putana, who represents like the false guru. Then we talked about Chakradasura, who represents bad habits and that are not favorable, right? And then we discussed about Trinavarta, who represents pride pride by knowledge and you think you are the greatest, but then you fall down. And then
My name is not in the board,
yes, I can see your name, Meenakshi ji.
but I cannot see my name in my board.
Oh, really? There must be some network slowness at your end. I see.
But I can see you clearly. I can see the board clearly. Baby Krishna has joined. Santosh, Nitin, Ishwar ji, Ashmita ji, Taira ji. I cannot see my name here. Now Ayana ji had joined.
Yeah, I can see your name.
No, I cannot see my name.
Anybody else? Can they see their own name?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
I can see my name.
Meenakshi team's name also I can see.
Okay.
But Prabhuji, I have joined and my name is not there.
Something magic Krishna is doing.
But I can see everyone joining, starting.
But
I can see everyone starting joining.
so when you look at your phone or device you're connecting, do you see you are in? See in your device?
It's written in my. I'm joining in a tablet and I'm playing this game in a laptop. So in my laptop, I can see you are in. Your nickname is on the screen.
Okay.
But I cannot see my name.
So are you joining from two devices? Right. So one you're using to see and one you're trying to join. Maybe why don't you join again?
Yeah, from my playing device or from my joining device, hearing device.
No. Playing device.
Playing device. Okay, I'll leave once again.
Okay, everybody else join?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
don't start, okay, Prabhuji?
No. Now you have gone out, so you're coming up. So we are going to wait for you, Meenakshi ji, especially because you're a birthday girl. We want you in the quiz today. We can wait for you. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you are not allowing me to get in. Sorry, that nickname is isn't taking.
Can you, it's not me, it's a program, I think. Can you put in menu or something and get in?
Yeah, I'll put as my house name.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Yeah, now I can see my name.
Okay, very good. Let's start.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm ready.
Yeah. So these are the topics we covered today. So 3, 2, 1, go. So 1 of 17. Who was the priest of Vasudeva that came to Gokul to name Krishna and Balram? Durvasa, Lomasha, Garga, Sandipani. Sandipani is Krishna's teacher.
Oh, I never knew that.
Prabhuji, you read Vasudeva. You read as Vasudeva. It's actually Vasudeva.
Yes, you're right. Vasudeva. Thank you for pointing that out. I have to correct myself. Who was the priest of Vasudeva? Okay, Ishwarji is in first place. Santosh Nitinji is slightly just a few points less than Ayana, Tarunji, and Ashmita ji. Why is Ashmita ji showing a 0? And
Probably, I don't know.
Okay. Garga Muni was an appointed priest of the Yadu dynasty. True or false? Vasudeva is part of Yadu dynasty, and then when Krishna becomes king, he becomes king of the Yadus. So yes, that is a true statement. All right. Okay, Tarunji, second place. Radha Chaitraji is on the board. Ashmitaji, fourth. Garga Muni was one of the greatest authorities in astrological science, Ayurveda, philosophy, Vastu Shastra. So we discussed about what is the science that looks at the planet's positions and discuss the past, present, future. It is called astrology. Okay. Ayurveda, you know, it's a study of medicine using plants and different earthly items that you get from earth, from nature, not using chemicals.
Prabhuji, Garga Muni was able to tell our future.
Yes, yes. Vastu Shastra is about like construction, etc. Okay. So Tarunji is on fire. He's in third place. Satosh Nitinji is second place. First place Ishwarji, Ayana 4, Ashmita 5. Okay, next question. What is the name Garga Muni gave Rohini's son? Sankarshan, Rama, Bala, all of the above. Yes, it's all of the above. Everybody's correct. And Garga Muni said Sankarshan because he joins two families, right? Vasudev's family and who is the Kshatriya class, and then the Nanda Maharaj is a Vaishya who does business. So both the families, and so is Sankarshan. Then Rama because he brings pleasure to everybody, Rama, and Bala because he's very strong. So all these three names were given by Garga Muni. Okay, fifth question. What is the name given to Yashoda's son by Garga Muni? Vasudeva, Krishna, all of the above, none of the above.
When I was clicking all of the above, it wasn't working. So.
Yes. So he gave both these names. He also gave another name called Giridhari because he could see the future. Why? Anybody knows why Giridhari? Because Garga Muni knew that Krishna will lift up Giri Govardhan. So he gave his name Giridhari also.
That's in the kind of future.
Yeah, that happens later, but based on astrology, he was able to see that Krishna.
What is Giri Govardhan?
Giri means hill. Govardhan is the name of the hill. We'll learn later about Govardhan.
That was Krishna hold that that hill with his little finger.
Yes, left. Yes, very good. So Ishwarji is on fire. And there's Santosh, Ayana, Ashmitaji, Tarunji. And now we go to sixth question. Why did Garga Muni advise Nanda Maharaj to keep the naming ceremony as a low-key event? He didn't like spending money on celebration. There's no need to celebrate name giving. Kamsa would come to know and try to harm Krishna, all of the above. Yay! Most of you got this right.
It's like you almost got one right.
So don't look at all of the above every time. Well, it's always good to celebrate anything related to Krishna. Just as you celebrate your birthday, you have to celebrate Krishna's appearance day and all that. So it purifies us. Krishna doesn't need any celebration. But Garga Muni didn't want the celebration so that Kamsa wouldn't hear about the celebration and come and harm them.
Or else he would just do a big celebration.
Okay, Santoshji has creeped up to first place. When was the first time Yashoda saw the universal form of the Lord in his mouth? When Krishna ate mud and was asked to open his mouth while breastfeeding, when he spoke the Bhagavad Gita, all of the above.
There's one word that you can highlight, actually. You can't actually highlight it, but you need to keep in mind.
So some of you were tricked by me, because first is important here. There were 3 times. All these 3 times he showed us Vishnu.
But also it was like playing with Krishna.
Prabhuji, what was the game pin?
Oh, the game pin is 91888818.
888?
Yeah.
Oh, then how did I get in? Probably I answered the right question.
Are you able to get in again? Can we go to the next question? Okay.
No, Prabhuji.
No? Oh,
Yes, Prabhuji. Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Next question. Why is Krishna called Makhan Chor? He lifted Govardhan Hill. He ran away from the battlefield. He takes care of cows. He is a butter thief. Yes, everybody got it right. Excellent.
Prabhuji, that's 1 to you.
Yeah.
I just guessed.
Makhan means butter, chor means thief. So Makhan Chor, because he's a butter thief. You know, the
Prabhuji, I didn't know the meaning of makhan, so I understood the meaning of chor, so I already understand it's a thief. It's a butter thief.
Very good way of eliminating. And the lifted Govardhan Hill is how he got the name Giridhari.
Yeah, so
and
you could eliminate that.
Then how he ran away from the battlefield is Ranchod Rai. And then how he takes care of cows is Gopal. Okay.
Krishna has more names than...
Yeah, Krishna has so many names. And Gargamuni said that also. Based on his past tense, he'll get a lot of names. Okay.
Lots and lots.
And you know, that's another way to look at it. Krishna is a butter thief. So if you pray to Krishna and chant his names and become a good devotee, your heart will become as soft as butter. And then Krishna will come and steal your heart because it's butter. Okay. All right. Next question. Why did Krishna steal butter and was not? Part of his childhood pastimes for pleasure of his devotees. He wanted to hurt others. He liked to see others sad. All of the above.
Something is the total opposite of Krishna.
Oh, everybody got it right. Excellent.
Another one for you.
Okay. Why did the Gopi mothers complain to Yashoda about Krishna? They wanted to punish Krishna. They liked narrating the pastimes of Krishna. They wanted Yashoda to feel bad. All of the above.
You trick us with one question, sorry. One answer, sorry.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, someone answered they wanted to punish Krishna. That's just superficially, it looks as if they want to punish Krishna. But you know, even when Mother Yashoda said, let me take out their beautiful jewelry, he said, no, don't take it out, because they don't want to punish Krishna. Like they really. Okay. Ishwar, Santosh ji, Ayana ji, Tarun, Radha, Chaitra, all are on the board. Okay, what did Mother Yashoda see in Krishna's mouth after Krishna ate mud? The whole creation, spiritual and material nature, Yashoda breastfeeding Krishna, all of the above. Yes, it was actually all of the above.
Prabhuji, I was going to click all of the above, but actually I clicked spiritual and material nature.
Okay, that's okay. Because when Mother Yashoda saw her inside his mouth breastfeeding him, she got dizzy, right? So all we discussed all that. It's okay. It was a trick question, just for the fun, right? So Ishwar Ayana is on fire. Santosh ji is second place. Ashmita ji fourth place. Radha Chaitra ji fifth
But
place.
still, Ishwarji is in the first.
Yeah.
Ishwarji don't need to be sad.
Yeah. Why is Krishna called Damodar? Rope on his waist, owner of a dam, playing with others, all of the above.
I was between two. I don't know the answer of that, Prabhuji.
Oh, dam, we said, right? Dam means rope, udar means waist. So that's why rope on his waist, Damodar. Okay. So actually, Meenakshi ji, your great grandfather's name is Damodar. You should know the meaning. So it is.
Wait, how do you know? Wait, was that your grandpa? Was that your grandpa? I know my great grandfather's name.
Yes. So Damodar.
Damodar.
Yeah, rope on the waist of Krishna.
But
That's why this
in-
Lila is called Damodar Lila, okay? Because it involves rope that Mother Yashoda tied. Only devotees can tie rope.
Prabhuji, in that time, Radha is also born, right?
Yes, yes.
Radha Rani.
Yes. But so far
But in the story says,
yeah, Radharani.
in the story says, yeah, Prabhuji, in the story says that from the Golok, Radha says that when I in the spirits in this earth, when I see you, only I'll open my eyes. Then she closed her eyes and went to earth, right?
Yes, yes. That's a very good pastime. And Radharani wanted to first see Krishna before she opened her eyes. Yes, we'll come to all of that later. So we are on the 12th question, and Ishwarji and Santosh/Nitinji are very, very close to each other. Then Ayana, Ashmitaji, and Tarun. Okay, who were the sons of Kubera cursed by Narada Muni? Kartikeya and Ganesha, Manigriva and Nalakubera, Krishna and Balrama, all of the above.
I have the answers on here. I actually didn't write them down. I just wrote all the things that and I knew you would make them.
All of you got it right. Excellent.
Wait, wasn't there 9 people in the class?
Maybe one person dropped out. Okay, Ayana has a streak of 11 correct answers. Okay. 14th question. Why did Krishna start moving towards to the growing trees even though he was tied to a wooden mortar? To run away from Mother Yashoda, to find his dad Vasudeva and complain about Mother Yashoda, to go to Balram and he could untie him, to fulfill the prophecy of his great devotee Narada.
Oh, phew. I thought I accidentally clicked this one.
Okay, so we discussed that, right? Krishna always takes care of, you know.
Probably someone didn't answer a question on the last question. So.
Okay.
There's still more.
Yeah, so anybody knows another instance where Krishna took care of the promise of this great devotee?
Wait.
Wait, Prabhuji,
Yes, Ashmita-ji, please.
that since those two souls, slowly whenever they heard Krishna, they became devotees of him. And whenever you're a devotee, anything good can happen. So that's why Krishna went to there, or to those trees, for 2 reasons. For the first reason is that he can take, or he can break the string and go free. And the second reason is to fulfill the prophecy of his greatest devotee Narada, and two souls who are devotees to Krishna.
Yeah. So that's all good reasons, right? So we were talking about another such instance where another devotee of the Lord gave a promise to someone, and Krishna came to make sure that is fulfilled. But like you said, Krishna has the power to break the rope and come out by himself and all that. But he takes care of his devotees' wishes. So what I was thinking is, Hiranyakashipu got a boon from Brahma that he will not be killed by an animal or a demigod or a man inside the house or outside the house, not in the morning or in the evening. Krishna could have just come and killed to take care of Prahlad. He could have come and just made Hiranyakashipu have a heart attack or something. But he came and made sure, even though all the boons that Brahma gave Hiranyakashipu was taken care. He came as a half lion, half man. He took Hiranyakashipu on the stairs, so neither inside nor outside. It was in the twilight time, so it was neither morning or evening. So even though he gave all the boons,
So
he
you have
made
to do
sure
it quickly.
he made sure that the promise that Brahma gave was taken care when he came to kill
Wait,
Hiranyakashipu.
did Brahma ask Krishna to kill him?
No, Brahma gave a boon to Hiranyakashipu because of his great
I
talent.
know, but who promised?
Yeah, but Brahma and everybody was going to and asking the Lord, oh, please protect us. This Hiranyakashipu has become a menace in the world. Okay, that's a different topic. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a few less than 100 points between Ishwarji and Santosh Nitinji. Then there is Ayana, Ashmita, and Tarunji on the board. Okay, third last question. Whom did Krishna release? Nalakuvera, Manikriva, both, none.
Isn't that the sky is?
Prabhuji, is this from Little Krishna?
Yes.
I know. I always know when a picture from Little Krishna.
Okay. Oh, look at that. You're only 3 points different. And then let's go to the second last question. What does the rope being 2 inches too short represent? Effort we have to put in to get Krishna's mercy, mercy of Krishna, all of the above, none of the above.
And you don't have to answer like right after Prabhuji says all of them. You can just answer if you know the answer.
Yeah, actually all of you are correct because both of these, you have to put your effort and then you need the mercy of the Lord for any good thing to happen. Okay, good. Last question. What does Manikriva and Nalakuvera represent? Anger, pride due to knowledge, pride due to riches, none of the above.
I think I only got 3 wrong. No. Actually.
Oh, all of you got it right. I'm so happy.
You got let's see, 3 or 4.
Okay, third place goes to Ayana. And second place goes to Ishwar. And first place goes to Santosh Nitinji. The last question the fourth place goes to Ashmita. And
wait, we all got 16 out of 17.
Yeah, based on the speed. Very close. And Santosh Nitinji was second until the end and he sneaked in and won. That was very last minute nail biter. But it's not about first or second, it's about learning together. So all of you are winners. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And we'll meet again next week. Next week, we'll go back to Saturday. Sorry, we had to move the class to today on a Sunday. I know many of you had to wait yesterday and then find out. Sorry, but we'll keep it at the same time.
Prabhuji, yesterday I actually didn't see the message and I just logged in and I was waiting for you for 20 minutes.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know how else I should communicate so that you would know before you wait.
Probably we can call
I
everyone
was
like,
also waiting.
like on
I
Friday.
joined before Ishwarji and I was still waiting.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Thank you so much for joining.
No problem,
Hare
Prabhuji. Now from today onwards I'll regularly
Hare
check
Krishna,
it. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Have a great week. We'll meet next weekend. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Vanchakalpatarupascha, Kripa Sindhu Pyevacha, Paditanam Pavani Diyo Vaishnava.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.